What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in. Today we have a first look at the brand new Kaiser bow tie. Before we dig in, double check and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I'd love to have you here, and hit that thumbs up button for me. I really appreciate it, everyone. It really helps push the video out there so more people have a chance to check it out. And let me know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. So this right here is a new release for Kaiser, and this is going to be called the bow tie. And I took it out of the mailer and packaging because it was pretty much all destroyed, and it wouldn't have made for even a simple unboxing. It wouldn't have made a good video for that. So I figured, hey, I'll get it out and kind of mess around with this knife. I have a Kaiser live stream. I have a live stream with Kaiser coming up, so I wanted to get familiar with it anyway. By the time you're seeing this, that has probably long been over. But if not, it's Wednesday night at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Anyway, the bow tie here, this is going to be a new release for Kaiser for July, and it is going to be coming in D2 steel. We have a nice cleaver style blade shape here, and I did try to confirm with them. It almost feels like it is a powder coat, but it's got some sort of blasted finish to it that really reminds me of a powder coat. That's the way that it looks, and that's the way that it feels, but I don't know that to be the case for sure. One thing though, after getting this out of the box and really messing around with it, one thing I really love what Kaiser is doing with this version of a fixed blade, and we recently checked out the K-Box, which this is how this also comes out of the box with the scout straps. I love that Kaiser is kind of stepping away from what would be considered the norm, or what I consider to be the norm, and that is those tech locks. I don't mind the tech lock so much. I think it's a good piece of gear to have, but it's not something you want on everything. Certainly not this knife, and definitely not this knife here. And it is often times where companies will try to put that clip on everything, and sometimes it just doesn't fit. But in the case of the bow tie here, we have a nice little package, simple Kydex sheath, very slim. There's not a lot going on with it. It's not bulky. It maintains a pretty thin profile, which is something I really like, because there are times where, I might want to put this in my pocket or something like that. So it just, it makes a big difference when the fixed blade you're buying comes with the stuff you need to actually carry this as an EDC fixed blade. If this comes with a tech lock, you have to carry that on your belt. You have no other option. But in this case, I can put this on my belt, I can put this in my pocket, and you also have the ability to use this as a neck knife, as it comes with a couple feet of 550 cord here. You can either use this to wrap the handle if you want. You could use this just to make kind of a necklace and keep this as a neck knife, kind of whatever. It gives you a lot of options to carry this knife. Now, I have been mainly testing this out as a in the pocket fixed blade. That's pretty much what I would keep this as. Now, I do love the idea of a neck knife, and I find neck knives to be very handy. But with my line of work, it's not the most ideal thing, because I'm doing, a lot of turning and bend. It would just kind of be in the way, right? So oftentimes a neck knife isn't going to be the best thing for me get on a given day. Now, here is kind of an idea of what this thing would look like in the pocket here with our Issuing Stitches Hank. you can see where the sheath is pretty much going to be below the pocket. Now, as I've been wearing gym shorts with this, I've mainly been grabbing it and pulling it out like this out of the pocket. Now, if you're wearing jeans or work pants, there might be the ability to just grab this and pull it out without grabbing the sheath itself. It does maintain pretty good retention inside the sheath, and yet though the clip still has good retention on it as well. You can see it kind of curls there, which is really going to help keep this in the pocket or around the belt. So a nice little touch there with that pocket clip. It's a pretty cool design, this loop over design with the little curl there. Mainly I think that this has been designed for the belt, but also gives you the ability to throw it in the pocket. So I like that ability. And like I said, if you wanted, you could lash this thing up and use it as a neck knife. It's not heavy, it's not bulky, so this would be a good candidate for a neck knife. Now, without the sheath here, just the fixed blade itself, we're looking at 2¼ inches of cutting edge, maybe just a tick more. And then we are looking at 5, let's get right there. We are looking at 5 and just shy of 3/4 overall, 5 3/4. Now, a lot of people will look at this and kind of dismiss it right away based on the handle, but I gotta say, there's a couple different grips I've found where it's really comfortable in hand and is going to give you a ton of control over this blade, where, you know, you put your index finger through this hole here and this thing is very secure. But the way this is done, you can also put these 2 fingers through here very easily and very comfortably. You can just make a fist basically around it, and it just retains very nicely in the hand. Now, you can also just go right around that as well, depending on what you're doing. And then, you know, you can always do the old reverse grip with the pinky through the hole if you are getting into a fight or something like that, or you're practicing to become a ninja. You can always go that route. Or I've also kind of just used it in a casual grip. You know, if you're doing something light and just making a few very simple cuts, there's not going to be a lot of resistance. Just grabbing this thing, you know, over top of the handle. Depending on your hand size, that might not be the case for everyone, but with my hand and my hand size, I can kind of just go right over the entire thing. Now, that's if I'm doing something, like I said, with limited resistance, very easy. Now, this is going to be coming in D2. I do believe they have another version of this as well, kind of just another flavor of it. It might be uncoated all the way around, or it's uncoated with a black handle. I can't remember, but being as this is in D2, this is the version I would want personally. That coating, whatever that coating is going to give us a lot of protection when it comes to corrosion resistance. And that is where, you know, the problem lies with D2, in essence, is the corrosion. So this coating on here is really going to aid this knife. This is, I think, an awesome option for an EDC fixed blade / work fixed blade. It's got that cleaver blade. You still have a fairly nice pokey tip here. It's not piercy pokey, but you do still have a nice tip there that could definitely do the job with some piercing tasks. But this is mainly, I think, built for a, you know, kind of a work knife. The way the blade is, the way it's designed, it does have a little bit of an upswept belly to that tip, and then a fairly nice blade stock. And then, of course, this is a full tang fixed blade, meaning this is all one piece of steel here. So it's going to be very strong, very rigid for its size. This is what I would consider a little tank. And the other really cool thing is these are going to be very inexpensive. I want to say under 40. Now don't quote me on that, but I know they are going to be down there pretty low. And if you're anything like me, if you're still here, you're on a kind of a quest to find that perfect EDC fixed blade, or that perfect everyday work fixed blade that you can carry on you. You know, and it's tough. It's really tough to find the right combination of fixed blade itself mixed with the sheath. Combine that with how to carry it. It's hard to find that perfect combination. We've been over this time and time again. You might find the perfect fixed blade, but the sheath really stinks. It's really horrible. The way to carry it is not so great, you know, or vice versa with any which way. So it can be difficult, to say the least. But what this does is give you the ability to try something out in this size, with this style, you know, this style of blade, this style of kydex, and the pocket clip itself. So you can try something out that's going to be a good, solid, dependable build. No matter if you like it or not, it's going to be a solid buy, right? But this can give you kind of an idea very inexpensively as to what you're looking for. Like with me, the first knife I tried in my fixed blade journey was like $130, $140. So not an easy mistake, so to speak, to swallow, you know, when you're dropping 140. Now the knife is, you know, it was an SE4. Definitely too big for an EDC fixed blade, but still a phenomenal knife, and I have found, you know, other uses for it. But and you can do that with almost anything as well. You buy something like this, you might not want to EDC it, or eventually you find something you like a little better. This could easily find another role in plenty of different spots, right? Whether that's in the kitchen, in a bag, in a vehicle, you know, just whatever, in a toolbox. This could easily find a place, but it came out of the box with a screaming, and I mean screaming, sharp edge on it. Just ridiculously well done, guys. Looks like a little, never mind. But yeah, just a ridiculously sharp edge. Impressive. Whoever sharpened this was on their game that day, because this is ridiculously sharp. And keep in mind, guys, that's with me already having used it a little bit, you know, testing the edge initially on some paper and telephone book paper, on some cardboard. You know, I've done some various testing with this. So, and it's doing really well at holding that insanely fine edge. I mean, right out of the box, when I tried this on telephone book paper, it just went through it like it was cutting butter. So really impressive. I like this thing, especially at the given price point. Kizer has put out some really cool fixed blades over the last couple of weeks. The Scuttler, the K-Box here, quite a few different styles of fixed blades that I have really, really enjoyed. This one's a little bit larger, of course. This is a Jonathan Styles design. Just some really cool stuff from Kizer for not a whole lot of money. The K-Box is also very affordable. So Kizer really has a lot going on right now in all kinds of different areas, and just been really impressive that they're putting out some extremely affordable stuff with usable sheath, with usable sheaths and ways to mount that sheath so that you can actually carry this right out of the box as an EDC fixed blade. That's what matters to me. Some companies provide you with a way to just carry it. Kaiser provides you with a way to actually EDC this, and that's what I like. That's what I look for. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of the new Bowtie fixed blade here? I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up before you head out. I always appreciate that, everyone. If you're new here, we release all kinds of videos just like this one every single day. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I'd love to have you here. I will put up a couple of new videos. Go check one of those out for me. Have yourself an awesome day. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.